Good evening. My name is Timmy Vidaz, and I'm honored to be the Early College Scholars Program Coordinator here at William Monroe High School. Before I begin, I'd like to thank PVCC President Dr. Runyon, PVCC Vice President of Advancement and External Affairs Mr. Harry Sillerman, and the many other PVCC staff members who play a huge role in making this event happen every year. Another thank you goes to our very own Dr. Andrea Whitmarsh, our superintendent, for helping to continue the wonderful partnership between PVCC and Greene County Public Schools. I also can't go on without acknowledging our incredible dual enrollment faculty that play an essential role in sustaining our early college program in Greene. You all are the unsung heroes and don't get celebrated enough. I can't even begin to express my gratitude for all that you do for me and for our students. Next, I want to thank my two PVCC partners in crime for all they've done to get us to this point. This night doesn't happen without Director of Dual Enrollment Kemper Steele. Kemper, thank you for always being there to answer my many questions about all things PVCC and for acting quickly when I asked you to enroll one of our students in that last spot of MTH 154 that just opened up overnight. You match my enthusiasm for dual enrollment, and I hope we get to continue this partnership for years to come. Now, last but not least, I have to give a huge thank you to the Giuseppe Center's very own Kieran Woodson. Right? Thank you. Come on, come on. Kieran is really the glue that holds Greene County's dual enrollment program together. She's always there to greet students with candy, and not in a weird way, and make them feel at home. Kieran has a wealth of knowledge about PVCC and honestly all things Greene County. She has been a tremendous help to me, and I can't appreciate enough having someone to lean on that's only right across the street. I'm excited to kick off the night as we celebrate our outstanding students earning their associate's degree in general studies. I recently found out that PVCC is graduating, I think, Kemper, tell me if I'm wrong, 64 early college students across Charlottesville and the 5 surrounding counties. 65? Oh, my bad. Sorry. Now, 29 of those students are sitting here in this room tonight. Now, how awesome is it that... Yeah, you can clap for that. For sure, for sure. So how awesome is it that nearly half of PVCC's early college graduates are from right here in Greene County? I love it. So this class of early college scholars will always hold a special place in my heart. As you all may know, I started working here at William Monroe during your freshman year. For a handful of you, I had the privilege of working with you as your counselor during your freshman year, or when you started high school, only to lose you when you decided to join this PVCC program that we call Cohort. I didn't really know what that was, but I was sad to lose you. Well, darn it if I didn't claw my way back into your lives as I took over as the early college director during your junior year. So many of you offered so much support when I stepped into this role, and I can't tell you how much that means to me during these past 2 years. I also specifically want to thank the parents and the families for all the kind words and support that you've shared with me during these past 2 years. It has been a joy to work alongside each of you, and as a father of a 1-year-old, I would love to know your secrets on how you raise such amazing kids. Students, it's been an honor serving as your counselor during your last 2 years of high school. You have both amazed me with your dedication and stressed me out with your procrastination. But in those moments of procrastination, I have had the joy of getting to know you all as people, as the young adults that you're becoming. Whether it's making caricature art in the library, sharing your questionable conspiracy theories at lunch, chatting about what movies you've been watching in study hall, or just me simply existing as I stand there and let you make fun of me. I'm so grateful for all the moments that we've shared together. I feel like I've really gotten to watch you all grow up. And for a couple of guys in the room that have grown literally about 1.5 feet since 9th grade, I mean that in a very literal sense. In all seriousness, I'm so proud of each of you and all that you've accomplished. If there's one thing I could encourage you with, it's to remember this time, remember this moment right now. In a couple months, you'll be scattering all across the state, some of you across the country. I'm so confident in the success of each of you because you've already proven that you have what it takes to be successful in college. When doubt creeps in and you wonder if you're cut out for this whole college thing, remember that you undoubtedly belong because you've already been there before. Remember, you will always be able to brag that you graduated from college before you graduated from high school. I encourage you to use that as your fun fact in every icebreaker game you're forced into during the first few weeks of college. Early College Scholar Class of 2026, I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to see all that you accomplish. Next, I'm pleased to welcome to the podium PVCC President Dr. Gene Runyon.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. It is truly an honor to be here tonight to celebrate such an extraordinary group of students. Providing students with access to early college experience isn't something we just do. It is really core to our mission. Expanding opportunity, accelerating progress, and helping students see what's possible for their future is at the core of our mission. The partnership between Greene County Public Schools and Piedmont Virginia Community College reflects a shared belief in the transformative power of education and what is possible when we work together on behalf of our students. I also want to recognize Greene County community for making this opportunity possible. In 2011, the Board of Supervisors had a vision to bring PVCC facility to Standardsville. This community stepped forward, raising more than $1 million to create the Giuseppe Center and to expand access to higher education. We remain deeply grateful to Mark and Barbara Freed, Ethel Giuseppe, and the many donors whose generosity helped make this vision a reality. Nearly 300 students from William Monroe High School have earned high school diplomas and associate degrees or uniform certificate of general studies since the beginning of this partnership, and that is absolutely amazing. Early college graduates, it is an incredible honor to be here this evening to recognize you. This is your celebration. While many students will walk across one stage this spring, you will walk across two. And as Timmy mentioned, I love to brag that you are walking across our stage at JPJ Arena before you graduate from high school. You have balanced, rigorous coursework, you've had competing priorities, and set high expectations. And perhaps most importantly, you leave this experience with something that can't be measured on a transcript or through a diploma. You have the confidence and the certainty that you are capable of extraordinary things. We are incredibly proud of you. On behalf of all of us at Piedmont Virginia Community College, congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Harry Stillerman, and I'm the Vice President for Advancement and External Affairs at PVCC. And I want to begin tonight just by offering my congratulations to all of the graduates and their families. And I'm going to go off script for just a second. This is my 10th opportunity to celebrate an early college graduation here at William Monroe. And as I was sitting here, it's just really powerful to think about how much this program has grown, and now that we need a whole auditorium to fill up the number of graduates, and just how proud I am to play a small role with all the people that have helped make this program possible. So thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight. One of the downfalls of being in a place for 10 years or more is sometimes people hear your stories more than once, so I apologize in advance if that's the case. But one of my favorite quotes is by Thomas Edison, and what he says is that opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed in overalls and it looks like work. Graduates, I think I speak for everyone in attendance tonight in saying just how incredibly proud we are to each of you for taking the full advantage of the opportunities made available to you to get here to this point this evening. And we're delighted to have this special occasion to recognize and celebrate your outstanding accomplishments. The PVCC Educational Foundation was established in 1982 to cultivate and provide financial and in-kind support for PVCC. And tonight, I'm pleased to bring greetings from our Educational Foundation Board and also to extend our congratulations to all of this year's graduates and their families. Please know that we look forward with great anticipation to following the many successes that are ahead for each of you as the result of both your William Monroe education and your PVCC education. Today, our Educational Foundation plays a critical role in promoting student success at PVCC, and particularly through our annual scholarship program. The Educational Foundation currently manages over 100 unique scholarship funds, and over the last 3 academic years, we've awarded over 500 scholarships to students totaling more than $1 million. And this would not be possible without the generous financial support that we receive from individuals and organizations throughout our community. You may know that when the early college program at William Monroe was created, that Greene County residents began an annual effort to ensure that costs would not be a barrier for students to participate in this program. And each year the Greene County community raises monies to provide scholarships specifically for William Monroe High School students with a financial need. To date, I'm proud to share that more than $168,000 has been raised from this effort, and the foundation has awarded scholarships to over 150 students, totaling more than $145,000, which more importantly has helped students complete over 900 credit hours. So I want to take this opportunity to express our sincere thanks to all of the generous individuals who've helped make this possible, and we are excited to continue moving this program forward in the years to come. I want to close with one final quote. President Runyon mentioned earlier the huge imprint that Mrs. Giuseppe made for this program and this community. And I know it'll come as no surprise to you all to learn that Mrs. Giuseppe was the salutatorian of the William Monroe High School graduating class of 1936. And in a speech that she delivered that year, she said the following: if we give voice to our principles, we will never be ashamed to know that the boys and girls of this school are watching the career of this class, to follow in the steps of us who lead the way. Graduates, congratulations again on your outstanding achievements. And as William Monroe and PVCC alumni, we look forward to watching you lead the way and change the world. At this time, I'm pleased to introduce Dr. Andrea Whitmarsh, Superintendent of the Greene County Public Schools. Dr. Whitmarsh will share more about the early college program and introduce our student speakers. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Andrea Whitmarsh, proud superintendent of Greene County Schools. Thank you for being here tonight to celebrate our graduating seniors from William Monroe High School's Early College Scholars Program. This is always one of my very favorite events of the year, and I'm proud to stand here and recognize such an accomplished group of students. When this program first began in 2016, there were just 11 students in the first cohort. Tonight, we celebrate our 10th group of graduates with an incredible 29 students earning their Associate of Science degrees in General Studies. That growth speaks not only to the strength of the program, but to the dedication of you sitting before us. I do also want to take a moment to thank people who have already been thanked, but I can't say it enough how much the partnership means to our school division. Our partners at PVCC, our educators, our families, and our community. Parents and families, thank you for the countless ways you've supported our students, your children. Thank you to our educators, both here at William Monroe and PVCC. Your support and high expectations have helped them to get here. And a special thanks to Mr. Vidaz for leading the program for William Monroe High School. Let's give him a round. Students, what you've accomplished is not easy. You've balanced the demands of high school and college coursework, along with athletics, jobs, extracurriculars, and everything else life brings to you. That takes discipline, resilience, and a strong sense of purpose, and you've demonstrated all that and more. I would also like to recognize the leadership behind the program, Mr. Stillerman, Dr. Runyon, and honor the lasting impact of Ms. Giuseppe, whose vision continues to create opportunities for students through the Giuseppe Center, as you have heard. This group has a lot to celebrate. 6 of you are also completers of Blue Ridge, Virginia Governor's School, which is an outstanding achievement. We have students earning prestigious recognitions, including a Questbridge full ride scholarship to UVA, selection as an Eccles Scholar at UVA, and participation in the highly selective Clark Scholars Program in UVA Engineering. We also celebrate a VHSL state champion in debate, and even a student who earned a pilot's license while still in high school, which might be a first for us. and your next steps are going to be just as impressive. But beyond the degrees, the awards, and the college acceptances, what stands out most is who you've become. You've learned how to manage your time, how to advocate for yourself, and how to rise to challenges. You've already proven you can succeed at the college level, and that's a powerful foundation for whatever comes next. So as you move forward, my advice is simple. Keep your options open, never close doors. Stay curious, and continue to challenge yourself. The habits you've built here will take you far. We are incredibly proud of you, so on behalf of Greene County Public Schools, congratulations on this remarkable achievement. And now, I would like to invite our student speakers, Dannon Hussar and Kingston Roach. One at a time?
Hi guys. Cohort class of 2026. This has been a long and occasionally stressful 3 years, but just as challenging as it's been just as much rewarding. So much good has come out of doing this program, and I don't ever regret joining. When I was a freshman and I left this auditorium after the cohort introduction, I wasn't aware of what I was going to get out of making the decision to join the program. The obvious, and some might say most important thing you get out of this program is an associate's degree right out of high school, which sets us all ahead of the game. The things I wouldn't have without this program that some may not think about are some of my best friends. My 10th grade study hall for Miss Smith's psychology class is what laid the foundation for some of my closest friendships. I can remember every Friday night going to Lily's house and writing 3 essays while trying not to distract each other. Me being the one who distracted her, of course. I wouldn't even be able to give this speech right now without 10th grade public speaking. All of these things that I wasn't even aware were possible when leaving this auditorium 3 years ago. All I knew when I left this auditorium was I was promised a big party if I graduated with 2 degrees. But on a more serious note, thank you to all of the amazing and supportive cohort teachers and staff who made doing college and high school that much easier. Thank you, Ms. Vara, for always keeping a 2-hour lecture that much more interesting. Thank you, Ms. Smith, for making learning about government so much fun. Thank you, Ms. Woodson, for being the friendly face at the Giuseppe Center with a candy bowl on her desk. Thank you, Mr. Vidaz, for guiding us all through these last 3 years and making sure no one fell behind. However, I do not thank you for putting me in stats. Never take stats, guys. Thank you to my mom and dad who held my hand through the whole time, through all the ups and downs. And an overall big thank you to anyone involved in this program who makes it possible for young high school students to further their education. Like many aspects of life, there will be challenges and there will be hardships. However, none of those challenges come anywhere close to how great of an achievement this is. Your hard work over the past 3 years will benefit you so much in the long run, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to first just give it up to Dannon for such an amazing speech. It was just truly fantastic, and it was a lot more emotional than mine's going to be. Can you guys hear me? This is working? Okay, let's give it up for Dannon. First off, I wanted to thank Mr. Vidaz for allowing me to speak in front of you all today about my experience with the dual enrollment program, and hopefully I can spread a little bit of my wisdom with you all, or at the very least, to make you laugh. And now with that out of the way, I'd like to get started with my speech. On second thought, if you guys know anything about me, you know I'm a much better speaker without a script. Okay. And if you truly know me, you know that's a complete lie. So that's why I brought an extra. And that leads me to the first thing I want to talk about today, which is about being prepared. No, I'm just kidding. I'd like to start off by telling you a little bit about myself. My name is William Kingston Roach, but I go by Kingston because, well, my mommy says I'm special. I'm 16 years, 8 months, and 25 days old, and I'm graduating from Piedmont, Virginia Community College's dual enrollment program. In the fall, I'll be attending UVA's School of Engineering and Applied Science, aiming for a double major in mechanical and aerospace engineering. And if you think that's a handful, don't worry. How bad could it be? And I promise you, it won't be as bad as you think, and that's all because of this wonderful program I was a part of. With the dual enrollment program, I'm graduating with 78 transfer credits, and that should hopefully allow me to skip the first 2 years of my undergraduate. This means I'll be younger than my peers, even more than I already am. But first, how did I get here? I started the program in the summer of 2023, before my sophomore year, which is when I was 13. During that summer, I took PVCC's SDV 100 course, or on college success skills, which was just a week-long course earning me my first college credit. Only 77 more to go. And no, I will not be describing every course I took. Otherwise, this speech will go on for far too long, and Mr. Vidaz would kick me out of the program, and then I'd drop out of college, and then I'd have to be a sign spinner for the rest of my life. By the way, if one of you guys do that, no hate, that's actually pretty cool. But anyways, with the start of my sophomore year, I first began getting the perks of being a dual enrollment student, the first one being the infamous Eugene Giuseppe Center. And no, it's not infamous, it's a great building. I first went there for my public speaking class, and I take a bus off campus there. Shout out to Thomas, I don't think he's in here, but he's a real one. The Giuseppe Center sits on top of the public library here in Greene, which is a fact that is sometimes forgotten by the students in the building, myself included. Housed inside the Giuseppe Center is the student lounge where students with study halls can be super duper productive and get so much work done and not scroll on TikTok the entire time. I'm looking at you, Max. I'm looking at you. I'm just kidding. Max is great. Just keep your distance. Additionally, the Giuseppe Center also has the #1 most profitable, and don't fact check me on this, vending machine on planet Earth. And it wasn't even working today. While the prices may make you want to gouge your eyes out, we still buy all the goods inside, myself included, as a snack between classes or during our study halls. And the Giuseppe Center isn't just a place for smart kids to be unproductive, though. It houses the nicest classrooms available, with the nicest teachers, or I guess I should say professors, available. The Giuseppe Center is a core memory of a dual enrollment student's life, and we all, or at least me, don't take it for granted. And I would take a minute, or several, to give a shout out to all my professors and staff members who got me to where I am today. Firstly, I'd like to thank Dr. White, who was the professor for my college success course and started my dual enrollment journey, and that taught me that GPA isn't everything for college admissions, and taught me some studying techniques that, while I did never use in high school, hopefully I will during the next steps of my life. Next, I'd like to thank Professor Thurnick, who was the professor for my public speaking class, to give me the skills to be up here today. Additionally, she taught me that no matter how good my eye contact is, it will always be a 7 out of 10. And for all of you thinking that my eye contact is definitely worse than a 7 out of 10, because I'm reading from a script, I plead the 5th. And speaking of pleading the 5th, I'd love to thank the Professor Barry. He was and forever will be my professor for criminal justice and government. Through his classes, I learned, yes, please. I learned more than from any other course, from how a trial actually happens to what rights I have as an individual, to stories about his 8th grade bully. Mr. Berry has taught me more than I could have ever expected from a teacher, and I'm proud to call him my friend. Next up is Mr. Coles, and when I tell you he's the funniest person in the world, I'm lying. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is funnier than me. No one? Fine. He taught me all about U.S. history last year, and still to this day, one whole entire year later, I remember his lectures vividly. His blend of humor mixed with something as boring as history made history not just not boring, but dare I say entertaining. Anyways, I'd like to thank Professor Smith, who was my psychology professor this year. She bent the no late work rule numerous times for me, and I'm truly grateful. Additionally, her promotion of the use of AI is a fresh change of pace. You guys messed me up. Compared to my other classes, and yes, I did use AI to the fullest extent in that class. Next, I'd like to thank Professor Gossard, who was my music and society professor last semester. Although my behavior in that class might not have reflected it, I really did enjoy the course, and I enjoyed having you one last time as my teacher. Then I'd like to thank Professor Tremblay, who was my art history professor this semester. Although art and engineering don't really mix, I did learn a lot about art and its impact on history. And note that last bit wasn't just me restating the name of the class. It was. Next up is a professor who is especially special to me, and that's Professor Vera. Let's give it up for her real quick. All right. And when you first meet her, your first impression is, whoa there, lay off the caffeine. And truth be told, that is still my impression. Carrie, you need to dial it back. You have a problem. She was my chemistry teacher at the high school and my biology professor at the Giuseppe Center, meaning I had her for 3 out of the 7 periods during that year. So I think her caffeinated energy has permanently rubbed off on me. Yeah. From her dramatic lectures in chemistry to her scarring mating dance in biology, Professor Vera will be someone who I remember for the rest of my life, for better or for worse. But it wasn't just the professors that got me here. Miss Woodson, where is she? who's the supreme leader of the Giuseppe Center, is probably the sweetest person ever. From unlocking the conference room all the time for students, to the candy bowl she provides, which everyone has mentioned, to printing my debate stuff at 4:50 in the afternoon, when she's understandably very ready to go home. She's always been there for us, and I can speak for everyone when I say that we appreciate you. And that's everyone. Am I forgetting anyone? Oh yeah, I like to thank Miss Christmas. No, I'm just kidding. Mr. Vidaz is someone who I hold dear. He's always been there for not just me, but everyone, and he truly cares about each and every one of us. He has been someone that has had a major impact on my life. From enrolling me in crazy math classes, shout out to Joseph, to letting me skip my AP Physics class, Mr. Vidaz has and always will be a real one. And for the record, I have permission to go to his office. Shout out to Coach B. He's not here, though. I could go on and on about how awesome of a person Mr. V is and how he's a perfect fit for this program, but my speech has already been going on for 7 minutes and 4 seconds. In summary, Mr. Vidaz, you're amazing, and thank you for everything you've done for me and everyone in the dual enrollment program. It doesn't go unnoticed. And I'd like to thank my family members for supporting me through this journey and pushing me to be the very best version of myself. I would not be here without their support. And lastly, I'd like to thank all of my friends and fellow peers for being a part of this program and being with me during this weird chapter of my life I call high school. Thank you so much for the opportunity to give this little speech to you all. And I'm done. I made a mess. I'm gonna leave it there. Oh yeah, okay.
Let it be known, I told him 3 to 4 minutes, just for the record. Oh, man. Yeah, again, I just want to thank both Dan and Kingston for the words of experiences and encouragement for your peers. Very much appreciate it. I think it goes to show that this is not just an academic program, but a program where students build relationships with one another, and then, like we said earlier, our amazing dual enrollment faculty. So I'm glad that the rest of y'all got to see a little bit of insight on what really goes on here at this school. All right, so you guys probably don't even remember what we were going to do next. So let's recap. I'm going to call all of your names one by one, and then as I call your name, please make your way to the stage to receive your stole for graduation. Yep, we're going to start on this side, and then you'll end on this side. So first up, we have Mary Adams. And Mary will be attending Utah State University, where she plans to major in psychology. Oh, so proud of you. Next up, we have Samantha Braden. Sam will be attending Roanoke College, where she plans to study both neuroscience and political science on both a pre-med and pre-law track. Next, we have Bailey Brown. And Bailey will be attending Virginia Tech, where she plans to major in marketing management. Next, we've got Max Cable. And Max will be attending George Mason University, where he plans to major in chemistry.
That's enough touching.
Oh, gosh. Oh, man. Next, we have Madison DeVory. Maddie will be attending the University of North Carolina, Wilmington, where she plans to major in hospitality and management. Next, we've got Sarah Gilbert. Sarah will be attending Virginia Tech, where she plans to study neuroscience on a pre-med track. Dannon Husser. And Dannon will be attending James Madison University, where she plans to study business management. Thank you. Next, we've got Ryan Jones. And Ryan will be attending Virginia Commonwealth University, where he plans to major in environmental science. Next, we've got Carter Nick. Carter will be attending James Madison University, where he plans to study business management. Of course. Next, we've got Alexis Lee. Alexis will be attending James Madison University, where she plans to study business management. Grayson Martz. Grayson will be attending James Madison University, where he plans to double major in engineering and biophysical chemistry. Ethan Morris. Ethan will be attending James Madison University, where he plans to study nursing. Brendan Myers. Brendan will be going all the way out to University of Utah to study biomedical engineering. Sarah Perry. Sarah is headed to the University of Virginia, where she will study kinesiology. Alyssa Potter. Alyssa will be attending Liberty University, where she plans to major in biology on a pre-vet track. Lily Powers. And Lily will be attending James Madison University to study psychology. Oh. Cade Pro. Cade will be attending James Madison University, where he plans to study international business. Kalani Roach. Kalani will be attending Randolph College, where she is undecided as of now. I'm kind of nervous to invite you back on the stage, but Kingston Roach. And Kingston is headed to the University of Virginia, where he plans to double major in mechanical and aerospace engineering. Brendan Sharp. Brendan is headed to Randolph College, where he plans to study physical education. Cameron Shiflett. Cam is headed to James Madison University, where he plans to study health sciences on a pre-med track. Joseph Shorgel. Joseph will be heading to Virginia Tech to study engineering. Savannah Snow. Savannah is headed to Virginia Tech, where she plans to study interior design. Caitlin Spitzer. Caitlin is headed to the University of Virginia, where she plans to study neuroscience. Maybe. All right, Evan Taylor. Evan is headed to the University of Virginia, where he plans to study architecture. Leah Tolliver. And Leah is headed to James Madison University, where she plans to study elementary education. Kaylin Williams. Kaylin will be attending the University of Virginia, where she plans to study sociology. And lastly, Sadie Williams. Sadie will be attending the University of Virginia, where she plans to study architecture. All right, let's give one more round of applause to all these wonderful graduates. So that concludes the ceremony portion of the night. Students, if I could get you guys to stick around and take one last group photo on the stage. You guys did such an amazing job of it before the ceremony, so I have full confidence that you can do it again. Family, feel free to stick around and snap your own photos of the group photo. And then following that, we will all head to the cafeteria for some refreshments. Thank you all again for being a part of this wonderful night.